Man on the ball now. Magaringa with a little touch. Pirates again, looking deadly, pushing forward. Labasa. The keeper straight into an offside position. The Pirates so good. Oh, yet another. Djabal, it will be seen as quite an accomplishment, I do believe, if they are to get to the half-time break, trailing at just 1-0 here in the second game. About things here. Space, plenty of it in the middle of the park there. That's of Magaringa getting involved in. That's nicely done. And looking it out wide to the far side. A touch from Otadisa. Easy. Don't look. Magaringa. That's done by Magaringa again. Now Pirates get between the lines here. So they scrambles in the box once again, pulled in. Behind Magaringa. Here he is with the recovery. By men in white, and in the end, in his eagerness to try and keep the pressure on, he's committed the foul. And so will all relieve the pressure for Djabal. Now, pulling towards his near side, and Djabal haven't quite established their rhythm as yet in this match. It's been a major problem for them. They've done so much work chasing after the ball here that they're just having that time on the ball to settle themselves and find some sort of rhythm. Wow, mistake defensively made by Pirates. Djabal looking to push forward on his near side. Real occasion for them to try and get into that final third. How's that for a burst of pace from Munyani to win it back? The safety first and then away the throw in. As things are looking for Orlando Pirates, they need to be wary and stay wary by being overconfident and giving away possession and moments of positivity towards Djabal unnecessarily. Yusuf with the throw-in, he, of course, one of the So going into the last 10 minutes of a first half that's seen Pirates not only find the back of the net but look the side most dominant by some fashion here in the first half. They find themselves a set piece right on that halfway line. Kamin was the man fouled as Londo works it out to that far side. So quick, the Pirates to win the ball back when the Djabal players did tally on it. Train it. Confidence. Orlando Pirates of playing themselves out of trouble here to a point where they get the applause from those out in the stands as they work it up on this near side. Simisi. Good vision. Good ball. Lovely take on the far side. Looks a late challenge and is a late challenge on Okanise. They've received the ball out to their far side and done a good job of keeping moving it as they came across the field. Now, interesting little ball. Okanise has touched a heavy one. Easy. And then coming off that particular attack as we go in towards the last 5 minutes of a first half, Pirates have owned here, including finding the back of the net through Lepasa. If you are just joining us, they've also created a good few opportunities. Pirates here could be leading by 2 or 3 by the end of the first half if they taken full advantage of the chances they've created. For Djabal, well, the going has been tough. Haven't really had a chance to establish themselves in this match. No establish any rhythm whatsoever. No trouble. The man between the sticks for Orlando Pirates, China. So, Pirates looking for a strong ending to this first half. Sibisi down the line here with Munyani. So many players that have had a good first half for Orlando Pirates. That's a lovely ball. Great take as well. Looking to play it into the path of the onrushing teammates. Really has had a standing first half as the passer when he has been involved. Magaringa working hard as ever, winning it back in the middle of the park. Looking for the 1-2s, got the pace. Now Pirates looking to create yet another. Decision will go against Pirates then for what's seen as a foul. Be quite frustrating. They seem to have their opponents on the back foot and under pressure. Frustrating. First half for Djabal FC. The men from the Comoros here have done a lot of defending and have had precious little chance to enjoy themselves on the ball here in this game. Pirates have been impressive on the defensive end with how quickly they've been able to win the ball back and just keep the intensity going. Kept it at a very high level. Have Orlando Pirates from the opening 5 minutes, and one wondered whether at some point they let off the pedal somewhat. They haven't. Smith. Chance to push forward once again from the far side. Just one in the box for the time being for Pirates. Kadiza, head up. Looks to shake things up on the far side. Has have options. Nice little backfield. Now numbers in the box. Not only offensively, but defensively as well. Look at how far forward the centre-backs have gone up into the opposition off of the field. They're very much a game of defenders against attackers here. As the Pirates once again to create another opening. Djabal. Didn't hold on for too long. Lovely turn. Nicely done by Mohamed Musa then, and trying to play it forwards. Good work by Paris defensively. Pressure always on Afani Jambai, the furthest man forward here for Djabal. Not affording him anything more than just a couple of touches before applying the pressure to win it back. It's been an impressive display in this first half for Orlando Pirates. There'll be 2 minutes added on to a half where they'll be hoping to at least squeeze one more goal into the back of the nets. Now, the pace out on the far side to make the 3 getting into the box. Ball in. Got a chance for Pirates again. Djabal doing just about enough defensively to keep them at bay. They've been in full control of this match. Orlando Pirates, Maila and company defensively have really been on the money in keeping the pressure on. Impressive in seeing a back four that's very much comfortable on the ball and able to play from the back, including a keeper that's so comfortable, so far outside of his box, which is the trend these days in the modern game. Maila. Ooh, that was a challenge from behind, and that was quite late on Lepasa. Looked nasty. The referee from the Seychelles here may very well have to take action for the challenge. Lepasa has still stayed down then. The Pirates players are far from happy with that challenge. Things are threatening to boil over just a bit here. with the referee having some work to do here and separating both these sides here, so we can take the required action. Lipas are still staying down here. In the end, the two captains able to take charge as we look up into the stands here. And I mentioned the numbers have increased quite impressively throughout this first half, and the Orlando Pirates faithful coming out in their numbers, getting behind their side, hoping for a great display in the Champions League. In fact, a great display on all fronts in the season. They're hoping their side will locally do better than Mamelodi Sundowns, and not only locally but also when it comes to the Champions League. For those that have dared to announce here today, all the reason in the world to enjoy what they've seen and have a joyous occasion with the way Pirates have taken charge in this match. They're having a party out in the stands, yeah? Just the one goal scored, but it looks as though Rivero's men could, maybe should, go on to score 2 or 3 more before the end of it all. Mentioned it at the start of the broadcast, but Pirates had, of course, 10 years ago, beaten this same side Djabal in their entry to the CAF Champions League, at being Djabal, over 2 legs with a 9-0 scoreline, 5-0 and 4-0. In 3 matches, they've now scored 11 goals against Djabal in 3.5 matches. As we go into the halftime break in this encounter here at the Orlando Stadium, Pirates should be the much happier of these two sides. The only problem, they will wish they'd have scored more in a match where they've been very much in control. So, at halftime in this Champions League encounter, it's Orlando Pirates 1, Djabal FC no.
I'm home. I'm home.
With an aggregate scoreline of 2-0, Zakele Lepasa having scored in both legs in the 89th minute of the first leg and in the 25th minute of this leg, means he's really had a great start to this current campaign here for Orlando Pirates. Well, they would have started the league hoping he would find his goal-scoring touch as the first shot in anger comes in here from Djabal, wide of the mark. That'll be a source of encouragement for the men from the Comoros. But they do have some work in their hands here in trying to deal with Lepasa, who scored 2 goals in the TSTV Premiership against Royal AM for Orlando Pirates. Against Kukune, he scored 3, a hat-trick in the MTN 8. He's now scored 2 against Djabal in both legs here in the Champions League in this first round match. Now, middle of the park here. It's Djabal. They've come out looking as though they have intentions to get forward and start to play in this match. Abdul ran into trouble. Picking up the pieces was Otadis originally. It's now moved over to the impressive Ngogo. Magaling undetermined and immediately looking to get onto the front foot. Otadis says the option out wide on this left side. Here he is. Getting to the byline and forcing the corner for Orlando Pirates. Otadis, Lepasa, the man who brought him into the fold, of course. Pirates fans happy with the start from their side here in the early exchanges. Corner from the training grounds. Plenty of men over towards the far side of the field here. Exactly where the ball is angled in towards the... In the end, there's no problem for Djabal in dealing with the danger. Oh, that's beautifully done. That's superbly done. Some lovely touches then in keeping him moving from Munyane. Now, Pirates continuing to probe. Doing a bit too much on the ball is Masongani. Another of the Pirates players that's had a rather interesting football upbringing. We'll touch on that as the game does move along. There's Masongani. Well, Otadis was simply trying to take the set piece quickly. There was a bit, the slightest of contact between him and the opponent, Abdul, and Abdul's got to ground here, claiming a foul should be going his way. A few of his teammates have gone a bit overboard in appealing the lack of a decision their way. The referee from the Seychelles has done a stunning job of not getting involved here, not allowing the men from Djabal to throw him off. Naylor. Here's Marco on the ball played in, and needs the keeper to have a couple of touches to settle it then, and he said he would have been a nervous man as he was looking to get control of that ball. His first 2 touches went the very best. In the end, he was able to deal with the danger. Djabal up into a cold long here in the attempts to try and find some sort of opening against Pirates. Challenge from behind is the reason the ball will go the way of Orlando Pirates this time around. Well, they would have come into this game from the Commanders expecting it to be tough. Again, a much better showing from Djabal than what we saw in these sides first met 10 years ago over 2 legs. Marco. Up ahead of him that are used as decoys as he looks to find a teammate towards this near side. Defensively, that was superbly dealt with then. At the expense of a throw-in, of course. Pirates getting it moving quickly. Don't look. And then on the turn and trying to find the yard for a shot or a cross. But then he's onto the right foot, ball in, and there were 3 that were moving into impressive positions inside that box. Djabal able to deal with the danger, but Pirates bringing it right back. Nice little pass then from Ndlondo between the lines. Again, they have sacrificed a lot of their attacking play of Djabal with the intentions to ensure they throw numbers back and don't concede a lot. It's made life difficult for them to switch once they do have the ball onto attacks, so the transition has been rather difficult for them. That's a lovely ball, great run, ball across, overcooked. Djabal, a sports club located in Ikoni out in the Comoros. Currently playing their football in the Comoros Premier League. They have won the Comoros Premier League back in 2012, which led to them being, of course, in the Champions League in 2013, which is the reason why these sides would have met in the tournament 10 years ago. This year's Champions League has gotten off to some fanfare with some impressive results and some rather entertaining games all throughout the continent. Looking forward to the second round, of course. First round has seen some rather interesting results. Heavy hitters will be coming into the fold in the second round as Marco gets back to a defensive position. There were some impressive first-round results for the likes of Jwaneng Galaxy of Botswana up against Vipers with a 2-0 win at home. And some of the results worth talking about. Primero de Agosto up against AS Vita, walking away with a 1-0 aggregate win in the first leg. They'll all be playing, of course, keep in mind, in the second leg cup this weekend. One of the more interesting matches that took place last weekend saw Al Ahly Benghazi up against Enyimba. That ended with a 4-3 scoreline in favor of Benghazi, meaning the men from Nigeria will be going to their home leg quite confident, having scored 3 away from home. Here at the Orlando Stadium is Pirates with the ball. Was the cross-come shots. It was inches away then from Lepasa, looking for his second of the evening. Well, that goal in the first half has served Pirates well in the effect that it's forced Djabal to have to come out and play somewhat here in the second half. That, of course, should lead to more opportunities, more openings going forward. They were sitting back rather deep in the first half, allowing Pirates to have it their way in areas such as this. They are now looking to defend from further afield. Continued his movement on the far side quite impressively, Smisi. Into the early ball infield, then he's found the teammate. Yes, Pirates once again to ask questions over that rather stubborn Djabal defense, and to eventually gets the decision. So Djabal ball it will be. Well, they were a little late in arriving, but I'll tell you what, it's turned into quite a turnout here on this Friday night at the Orlando Stadium. Friday night lights coming very much to life, and the likes of Potter, who should be busy this weekend in trying to find football activities across the country to try and cover. They have stayed in good spirits, though, with good reason, with the way Pirates has gone about business. Get the feeling this place will come to life once again, as was the case in the first half. Should Pirates go on to find that all-important second, put this matter to rest, many will feel. Good ball in field, lovely little back heel then, as Pirates look to get into the final third with a real menace. Look at he's there, onto the right foot. It's a bit predictable, thus dealt with by the Djabal players defensively. Has put forward yet another impressive display where he has been involved quite creatively in the middle of the park, and quite interestingly look to how Pirates play between the lines with his movements. Nuru with the throw-in. They haven't had the tiniest of games on the ball, and as far as their passing game, Djabal have let themselves down in that regard, where a few unforced errors have seen them give away the ball quite needlessly to Orlando Pirates, and maybe all too easily. Good movements upfield, lovely first touch, and the turn as well. Now, Pirates with a few options here. Movement to that far side, needed a much better ball. Initial touch from this one, and it was very much on the ball there, and helping Pirates push forwards. One or two more here before it's all done and dusted. That you can be sure a convincing win is what Pirates fans have come here looking for. Now, from range! Oh, it's a stunner! A banger! And finally a second for Pirates. And it's Asamoah with a smashing strike. Just before the hour mark, just what the fans needed out to the stands. The Pirates now very much in control of this time. Just what the doctor ordered. With the man who opens his account for the season in a smash astonishing fashion in the Champions League. And, well, Pirates now 2 to the good on the night. 3-0 is the aggregate scoreline in favour of Orlando Pirates. And, well, just what their fans were hoping for. Something to spark some life into the Mountain stands here in the second half. And, well, it was beautifully done in giving them what they need. Lovely skill on the far side. Pirates pushing on here, eliminating numbers, looking for yet another. Songhai with a still dinky ball over the top here. Djabal determined to play it out. Nice skill, lovely footwork. Pirates keep it away from their opponents. Mark on the man on the ball now. So the 25-year-old Maswangwani scoring for Orlando Pirates here. First of a season where he's had 3 appearances in the Premiership and 1 assist. First goal in the Champions League. Man from Tembisa originally. Also scored, or created an assist rather, in the MTN 8. This is his first goal of the campaign. Corner Pirates. Man who's played for South Africa at under 20 level. Is the goal scorer. Has had an interesting career. And saw his career start with Stars of Africa, Farouk Khan. As well, Pirates wait to make yet another change. In fact, both sides will be making a change in the very near future. Getting this ball in. Pirates will keep the pressure on here. Corner. I mentioned his career started off with the Stars of Africa, then left off to Portugal, where he played for a couple of clubs. Back with SuperSport United before joining Orlando Pirates at the start of the 23-24 campaign. Now, Sangwani with the second in this time. Second for Orlando Pirates, that is. The opening was scored, or the opening was scored by Lepasa. Still, we've seen very little from Djabal in the way of attacking football here in their efforts to try and cause some discomfort for Orlando Pirates. Here they are pushing forwards. Nobody in the box to play the early ball into. They're a little slow in getting there, the midfielders. Good hold-up job, however, from Djabal. Lolo. Marco. Amongst the longest serving of the current generation of Orlando Pirates players is Marco. Where's Marina? Nice little turn. Now, good movement. Chance for yet another! The pass against his brace. Beautifully done by Orlando Pirates in opening up their opponents. The passer's movement a problem right from the first half. He now sits on a brace. Falling apart. Djabal coming together. Orlando Pirates here. As the game pushes on, they continue to find and create the openings here. Find moments, of course, to bring joy to their supporters. A couple of goals here tonight, one last weekend. And the Passer's impressive run at the start of this campaign from a goal-scoring point of view continues. The Pirates continue. It must have been a good run since the opening game of the season. Changes being made here. Coming on is Yusuf Zibamba. And well, the man that will be coming on is Tombo Keba. The board wasn't quite right, so that's corrected. So the man wearing the number 5 is coming on. Tombo Keba. Making way for him is Musa Mohammed wearing the number 6 jersey. The 28-year-old is at his last involvement in this match, that being Musa Mohammed. Now making his way over towards this near side touchline. Pirates will be making another change of their own here. And okay, here's the man that will come on to replace Sakabelo Damini. A good game, Damini. In fact, the Pirates players who feel they've had a good outing here this evening. So, once again, wearing the number 58 jersey. 18 years of age, coming on here for Orlando Pirates. He plays a left winger, a right winger, and as a second striker. So very much an attack-minded substitution here. And he's come through the ranks of Pirates, through the Pirates reserves to be registered onto the first team here. Here's Mufaki. Is his second showing in the Champions League. Did have 82 minutes in the game away in the Comoros. So 1 assist so far in this campaign as Mufaki. 3 appearances in the DSTV Premiership, 1 appearance in the NTN8. Space to turn, there's a nice run out on that far side again. And looking for a hat-trick at the right place then. Denied by a good piece of defending. There's Pasa. Looking for his second hat-trick of the season, keep in mind, is the Pasa. Will be a great start to the season for him if he is to get it all in. Plenty of time on the clock as well for his teammates to try and get his confidence nice and high. Uzakele Lepasa. Again, it's well dealt with by Djabal for just a moment as they give it away in the dangerous area. Next time we're going to be involved in as the shots won't cause any problems. So keep in mind, in the 5-0 win against Sukune, the Pasa did score a hat-trick in that game. We'll be looking for yet another hat-trick here. A couple of hat-tricks in the first couple of months of the season wouldn't be a bad way to get the season started. Now, Djabal with a chance for a shot in anger, a rare chance for a shot in anger. No worries for Taine. Happy to watch that ball go wide of the mark. Well, Pirates will be making 3 more changes here. And the next opportunity they get, the likes of Dion Hotto are waiting to come on. Tabamunare is another that will be coming in off the bench here for Orlando Pirates. There's Marco. Heavy first touch from Otaniso. Let's turn. Chance could be coming up here for Pirates. They tried to work it towards the man looking for the hat-trick. And maybe there was a better decision to be made on that occasion. Here's the move again. Really does show some nice touches for an 18-year-old then. Creative, extremely creative in and around that final third. Now, spoke of the changes here from an Orlando Pirates point of view. Otto will be the man coming on. Marco will make way for him. And there won't be a hat-trick for Zakele Lepasa. He, having scored 2, will make way here. They're sparing him for what lies ahead in what should be a long season. Moreau is the man that will come on in his place here. I mentioned Munare, another player that was waiting to come onto the fold here. So there he is coming on. Come on, Munare. Changes made the Pirates very much in the driving seat in this match. And in this time. Under 20 minutes remaining now in this match, and Pirates will be looking to take care and extend their lead here, but what will be also important is keeping a clean sheet, keeping their discipline. Just joining us, the man who was looking for a hat-trick, Lebasa, has made way. Then coming on in his place is the man from Cameroon, Swaibu Maru, the 22-year-olds. Formerly with Cotton Sports and ONU. Pirates probing on at it. And a bit of pressure still. Able to keep it moving in favor of the men in black. Few of the substitutes getting involved yet. John Hotto, one of them. Here is Hotto again. Jan Hotto! Oh, it was unselfish. She played it across the face of goal, and the defensive touch very nearly turned into an own goal. Oh, Hotto, the Namibian, with a chance to score himself, look to find the teammates. In the end, Pirates settling for the corner. Six in the box here for Orlando Pirates. Ball in, flicked into, was the far post. Dodo. Work to deny the opponents a counter-attack here by Orlando Pirates. That is amongst those keeping it moving. Early ball across into the box. The Cameroonian, the only man in the box for the time being. His first showing of the season, keep in mind this is. Asking him to send in those early crosses. Pirates get into the byline. Setting for the corner. Well, they've got numbers in there. Ball towards the far post, kept alive here. In the end, pushing and shoving inside that box is the reason why the decision will go with the visitors from the Comoros Islands, for those just joining us. Good on running on this near side. Now, Djabal with a chance to possibly create a chance of their own here. Just one in the box, so the ball in would have needed to be special, but Pirates have been so on the ball that they haven't allowed many deliveries to come in from the wide areas. And once again, they are very much on the money defending the work from the wide area this time. Don't think this is much about an injury rather than a man running himself into the ground after a long, hard day of playing some defensive football here in as far as that's about. So the stretcher got onto the field, the signal that he won't need it, so it shouldn't be too long until he's back onto the field and until Djabal back up to 11 players. Now, a rare opportunity to get some numbers into the Pirates box here. Expecting distance from this throw-in. Habib Yusuf with the ball in. Well read, nicely done with what's up with by Shiny. Reading the danger, coming out then to comfortably pick up the pieces, and well, for Pirates, it still remains a game where they've hardly had a thing to worry about defensively. Hardly a shot that comes in mind that forced a save out of Super China. Been very well protected here this evening. Minutes remaining on the clock. Also, over the course of the weekend, we'll be looking at results that will be coming in across the continent, of course, to try and look forward to what's to come in the second round for this year's Champions League. Football out wide here by Pirates. 4 in the box. Show me your number. Now, don't forget, enjoying himself, then the 18-year-old now Pirates getting to the byline, and well, they'll have to settle for the goal kick. To the youngsters certainly having fun out there is again 18-year-olds quickly turning into a fan favorite. Reds for the interception here on this near side, and London now looking for the movement, and well, gets it with the reverse pass here on this near side. Otto. Offside for Mufidi. Well, throughout the years, Orlando Pirates has always had a player of his ilk in the squad. Game that is extremely skillful, and I want to win over the fans. Pirates, again, looking to win it as high up the field as possible. They've won themselves a set piece. So Bumaru, the man who'd done the good work to win the set piece, has gone all the way back to Hotto now with time running out. Keep in mind, in the next round, we will have the likes of Ridat, Alachni, Mamelodi Sundowns, Simba, Petro, and TP Mazembe. Just naming a few of the sides that will be coming into the tournament from the money end, if you will. We already know Esperance, the Tunis will play against Burkina Faso's Douanettes. Pyramids of Egypt will be up against APR. So depending on the results that will be coming in over the weekend, we'll still be figuring out who will be lining up against some of the greater sides. But just going into the weekend, keep in mind, there are some rather interesting scenarios. And as far as their score lines. Yellow card for Dion Hotto, by the way. Speaking of Hotto, African Stars played against Power Dynamos last weekend out at the Dobsonville Stadium. African Stars walking away 2-1 winners in that match over Power Dynamos. Playing a lovely brand of football. I was fortunate enough to cover that game last weekend. Now, Pirates, the young stomach of the game. Still now coming into the game as the fans are continuing to appreciate Honda with the spin that's lost out on possession. All fine and well, their skill and showboating until you lose the ball carelessly, which was the case for Pirates, who've now gone on to give away the set piece. Nice little touch to the middle of the park then as Pirates look to push on. They brought to a halt then by the referee's whistle, blowing for a set piece of Orlando Pirates. Yellow cards, this time to Abdel Nuru. So the man down and in trouble here is the man that's come on as a sub. Monade. So Monade will be hoping it's not too serious an injury. The last thing any player would want is to, of course, pick up an injury with the season having just started, especially with Pirates picking up the form they have. Now, you remember, at the start of the season, there was the 1-0 loss to Stellenbosch in the opening week of the month. Followed that up with a 4-2 win over Royal, a 5-0 thrashing in the MTN8 of Skukune. There was the 1-1 scoreline against Chippa away from home. They beat Djabal 1-0. Last weekend out in the Comoros Islands, and the Pirates are currently sitting with a 3-0 win over Djabal, which would mean a really stunning start to the season, barring the stumble right at the beginning. Good work here and getting to the byline, and in the end he couldn't find the teammate then and was losing balance. But then he's not. Djabal, the fans up on that far side, believe the job is done here. They've got their cell phone lights up and are enjoying Pirates seeing out what remains of this clash here as we go into the last 5 minutes. Impressively so, as they look to play it out from the back here. And that confidence at display from Orlando Pirates. Champions in the competition back in 1995. They were quarterfinal finishers in 96, semi-finalists in 2006, finalists in 2013. Finalists in the CAF Confederations Cup. In the 21-22 season, finalists again back in the year 2015, Orlando Pirates. Semi-finalists in the Confederations Cup. It was known as the African Cup Winners' Cup back in 1999. A side with real pedigree on the continent, as Mufike finds yet another interesting little touch here to keep the crowd entertained. Champions of the CAF Super Cup back in 1996 in their only appearance. Many of their supporters will feel Pirates is a club that should be right up there with the very best of them on the continent, and we'll be hoping this generation will be steering them back towards the top of the continent, as Namibia's Dion Hutto picks up. That's a lovely ball to that far side. Great first touch as well. Now, before going into the box, the header! Lovely play from Orlando Pirates. Ball starts with a stunning ball from Dion Hutto. Change been made, yep. Ali will come on. Making way for him, a man who's worked up in the attacking areas tiresomely alone for the most part in this match. I find it Djabal. Well, for Djabal, they look at their twin counters against Orlando Pirates that were 10 years apart, 4 matches, and over the years we'll feel with good reason things did get better. Well, they took 4 at home 10 years ago. They only took 1 at home a week ago, and they conceded 5 on the road to Orlando Pirates. And here they are today, conceding 3. So, yeah, it's not too great an improvement, but it's a marked improvement. Yet to score against Pirates in the 4 matches. Goals they've conceded. So 90 minutes have just about come and gone here at the Orlando Stadium for Orlando Pirates. The aim of the game going into this first round will be to confidently secure a spot into the second as they play the ball across the face of goal within. be 3 minutes added on to the end of this match. Can Pirates find one more? But with their fans fully behind them here in the home leg, Pirates have played a good brand of football, scored 3 when they could have scored more, especially in the first half. This encouraging enough. A start to this year's Champions League campaign for Pirates to believe that this could be their season. They'll hope that their side can, manage their way through the second round into the group stages and beyond will the supporters of Orlando Pirates. That has come into good effect in that Pirates midfield. Dion Hoto, another that's been very busy since coming in off the bench. That's great triple done. With the ball across, should be a chance. There's a chance. And somehow, they've made a complete mess of it. Don't look. It all started with a lovely skill from Mutadisa out on this near side where he praised the opponent. Pirates should have made it 4. Looked a good challenge. Referee doesn't agree. Well, it's a party that we're hoping continues for much of the next 10 months or so. The Orlando Pirates fans, they loud, they're vibrant, their side has been impressive. Over 2 legs here in the Champions League, impressive with the way they've started the league with 1 or 2 hiccups here and there. But in the Champions League, they'll be hoping their side as the Akuds, no matter who comes up against them. They'll be hoping to go as far as possible. They really are hoping it's the beginning of a long journey going forward. Paul in. First save of the match. Well, they believe it's done and dusted, and it is. Referee has blown with the 3 minutes added on, having come and gone now. It's Orlando Pirates, impressive with Lepasa scoring a brace. And Maswangani scoring the 3rd here on the second leg evening where Orlando Pirates were all about business. So much so that Djabal's only shot in Anga and save that had to come out of China came with the very last kick of the game. Very much in control of Orlando Pirates, very much impressive with Orlando Pirates. They pass out with 3 goals over 2 legs against Djabal. Yes, 3-0. They'll win it on the night. 4-0 the aggregate scoreline. They'll feel it could have been more here on this night in front of this vibrant crowd at the Orlando Stadium. They'll be hoping for many days like this in the next 10 months of the Champions League. And they'll hope this adventure may last as long as possible. It's Pirates that beat Djabal with a scoreline of 3-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate, in starting off their Champions League campaign that they're hoping will see them to go right to the top.
I'm home.
Oh,